less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm feeling it. Cut the music, though. I'm feeling it. How are you? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness, Becky. It's Monday. Monday, August 11th. Almost the real football season, not the preseason. And it's launch day for North American Talk Radio, the Natter. The Natter. Ooh, not the fatter, the natter. Hey-oh, I don't have sound bites tonight. We're going to work on that. But thanks for tuning in. Beck's Banner, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on North American Talk Radio. You can listen on natalkradio.com or radio.net, or we simulcast on the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube, which will eventually be turned over to us. Pretty soon, hopefully this week, I believe, we will be on Streama. That's a great app, too. And sometime probably, if I had to predict, in maybe September, we will be on TuneIn Radio. So very excited. North American Talk Radio, if you're wondering, the Natter. It's not just sports. We have a mental health show, a politics show on Friday nights, the political party. We're going to be some drinking, some guests. Mike said it first. I think we're going to have a movie review, so that'll be interesting. We'll bring different people on. And then in the future, we're looking for some live comedy, live music. So, yeah, a little bit of everything here on North American Talk Radio. But this here is the Monday through Thursday evening sports talk show, Beck's Banner. I am Beck. Again, if you want to comment, I don't know why. Why did I say again? Because I haven't said it yet. If you want to comment, you can go to our website, natalkradio.com. Under the player, you will see a comment section that'll go right to me, and I can read it live on the air. Or if you watch our simulcast on YouTube, on the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube, you can comment there. Actually, that would help if I tell you to do that I keep an eye on the comments. So I'll do that too. And I'm not staring at it, so I'll have to look over there every once in a while. But, hey, let's get right into it. I don't want to go over this over and over and over and over. Did you see a fan hit a home run in a minor league baseball game? Can you believe it? Portland Pickles. First of all, great name. And the reason why I love that name right now is because I posted on Mr. Man's social medias last night that I had excess cucumbers from my garden. And a young lady I went to school with said, you should make some pickles with it. So that was actually a good advice. Actually, I had two ladies I went to school with. Two ladies that I went to school with that suggested I make pickles with the excess cucumbers. So great suggestions out there on the social media lands. I'm going to send a little to maybe my makeshift producer, make sure we sound good. Hopefully we sound good. I'm using a mixer. It looks good on YouTube, but I just want to make sure it looks good. Okay, folks, here's the deal. It helps to turn your mic on. It was on for the YouTube, so I thought everything was fine. I'm an idiot. This is launch night. If you're listening on YouTube, you're going to hear a repeat here. Oh, boy. I'm so embarrassed. This is North American Talk Radio. It's my first time live. It's our launch night, and I didn't have the mic on the radio station. On YouTube, I did, so it's a little embarrassing. Ooh, North American Talk Radio. Sorry, YouTube listeners, you're going to hear this again. It's not just sports. It's movie reviews. It's mental health. It's political. All kinds of talk shows. We're going to bring on some comedy, live music in the future. You can listen to us on the radio.net app, which is free on Android and iOS. Sometime this week we'll be on Streama. We're waiting on them. Ball's in their court. The Bulls are in your court. We are on our website. You can listen. We simulcast on the 12 Ounce Sports YouTube. And then eventually, probably in September, we will be on TuneIn Radio. So, again, I'm sorry if you're listening on the radio station, radio.net, for the dead air there for about 3.5 minutes. I was looking at the YouTube ticker, and everything looked fine. So, rookie mistake by a guy that's not a rookie. So, you'll have that on the big shows. This is Beck's Banner, though. We do talk sports. As I was going into it, I saw, did you see this? A minor league baseball fan hit a home run, apparently. And, you know, what I love about minor league baseball is the promotions. They always have really cool promotions at their games. And sometimes they get rather wacky, if I'm going to be honest. Sometimes the promotions are like, whoa, I'm surprised they're doing that. But this one was a lucky fan would be selected to take an at-bat. Well, I think the fan worked it, if I recall correctly, the fan worked it to like a full count and then hit a home run. And I'm like, what in the world did I just witness? What just happened? A home run by a fan. Well, it turns out the Portland Pickles fan, we all got kind of duped here. I read it on Reddit. I read it on Reddit before the show. It turns out the quote-unquote random fan was a Pickles intern and the starting second baseman at Lewis and Clark College. So he wasn't coming in cold, folks. Okay? It's not like he was coming in with zero experience, facing a really good pitcher. So there's that. But it made me think, if you're a sports fan, have you ever been called to the crowd, called from the crowd to perform something you don't normally perform on a regular basis in front of the live audience? And it kind of reminded me of when I was in Gatlinburg. It was kind of one of those like medieval, what do you call it? Like dinner shows, but it wasn't medieval times. That I think is what it was called, medieval times. That's not the one I was at. I was at one. It was more rodeo based because we were in Gatlinburg. Not my cup of tea. But you got to satisfy the in-laws, right? You got to keep them happy. But I was selected out of the crowd. Brace yourself to play toilet seat horseshoes. I'm not joking. Toilet seat horseshoes. And I think I got to the final round. I didn't win. I should mention that was in my fat days, so I was lacking some confidence. So I was extra nervous being in front of that crowd. Yeah, but I did okay. Daddy's skinny now. Daddy went on a diet. He's looking a lot better. As I was saying at the outset, again, if you were listening on radio.net or our website when I went live, you heard dead air because on YouTube you could hear me just fine. I have to turn the mic on in both studios, and I didn't do that, so I apologize. So at the beginning, the YouTube listeners heard you can chime in, you can comment on the show, either on YouTube, that's easy to chat, or you can go to natalkradio.com, and we have a chat section right under the player. Yeah, did you? If you're listening, you do want to participate. I'd love to know. Have you ever had to perform in front of a live audience, something to that effect? Like the fan at the Portland Pickles got picked to take an at bat. Yours truly, the fat version, was picked. I wish I could remember what it was called. I wonder if it was Dolly Parton based. It was pretty wild. People ran around on horses and they did some tricks and there was a storyline. But I don't remember what it was called. And I know Dollywood was there. That was her amusement park. So I don't know if she owned this arena or not. But anyway, it was good dinner, actually. They had good food there for that type of place. You'd think it was, they're pushing out a mass number of plates. It might not be higher quality, but it was pretty good. I'd love to hear you chime in. Have you ever had to perform in front of a crowd, something that you don't normally do, as kind of a fun promotion at maybe an event you were at? So Don't be afraid to chime in on our website or YouTube. Are you a tennis fan? Are you? The Cincinnati Open is happening right now. And if you are a tennis fan, or you're just maybe a fringe tennis fan, maybe you catch I don't know, maybe you catch the Wimbledon every once in a while. Yeah, just for something to watch. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a fun fact about the Cincinnati Open. The first thing I'm going to say is not the fun fact, but yours truly was there 2 years ago. It's quite impressive to see pro tennis players in action, live in action. I mean, it's impressive to see a pro anything live in action. I know when I go to golf tournaments, I'm like, whoa, ooh, these muchachos are good. But the Cincinnati Open's going on. And a couple things of note here is, Jannik Sinner has been absolutely dominating tennis, number one in the world. But also, I think this is interesting, is the Cincinnati Open's now 2 weeks. And, if you're not a tennis fan, you're like, oh, who cares? But, it used to be less than 2 weeks, and now it's been stretched out. Why did they do that, did you ask? Well, first of all, I think they want to maximize attendance, obviously. Second of all, I'm going to pull up the schedule. Second of all, they were in danger of losing that tournament. And if you didn't know this, the Cincinnati Open is the longest running major tennis tournament in America that's still in its original city. Yeah, the U.S. Open I know is in New York. It wasn't always in New York. So it's kind of a historic thing that they were able to keep that. I know they did a lot of renovations to the center court there. And, of course, the final session's actually Monday, August 18th, not on a weekend. That's interesting. That'll be the finals, men's and women's. So, they almost got moved to Charlotte, the oldest running U.S.-based major tennis tournament in its original host city. Almost got beat out by Charlotte. I think the ATP was thinking of, could we move it to a bigger metro area and get more fans? I know there was a huge petition, huge petition in Ohio, at least the surrounding area, tennis fans that could participate to try to keep that there. And, of course, they were successful. So good for them. So if you're a tennis fan and you're in Ohio or near Ohio, I'd say, if you got a couple shekels, you can get, you don't have to go, baller style. You don't have to be a baller. You could be a baller on a budget. Yeah, just get a session. Because they're selling, multi-sessions, day and night sessions. You can get them for a reasonable price. I went, like I said, 2 years ago, and I'd get a day or two. I think I got 2.5 day session. The first 2 full days, well, it wasn't the first 2, but it was, early in the rounds. And then the next day, a half session, and I drove the 3 hours home. I saw a lot of tennis, right? And it was actually, not that expensive. So, if you're near there, check it out. Patronize that event because it is kind of a historic event. I wanted to kind of see if I could pull up the bracket. They're currently in the 3rd round. Let's see the schedule. Well, that's not the results schedule. Daily draw sheet. Here we go. Ooh, Taylor Fritz and Sonigo going at it today. Jannik Sinner, number 1 in the world, looks like they're warming up. They're going to start here soon. So if you're in Cincinnati, listen to me on radio.net. Sorry for the dead air at the first 3.5 minutes. I'm a rookie. And 2, good at that match. And before I'm off air, chime in on YouTube, the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube. We're simulcasting, or on our website, natalkradio.com. Yeah, It's a cool tournament, and we're coming fresh off Toronto, where Ben Shelton, the popular American, got in a little scuffle with an Italian. You don't see a lot of fights in tennis. I'm going to say not enough. I'm going to say we don't see enough fights in tennis. I think tennis could use a little extra fighting. What do you think? I mean, would it kill them to give the fans some fighting? Would it kill you? Just punch your opponent once in a while. Now, if there's kids listening, don't do that at your high school match. I'm just talking the pros, the professionals, right? Just keep the fights with the professionals. Then we have something to talk about. Speaking of fighting with the professionals and real rich news, the Astros and the Red Sox. I know this is kind of old news. I couldn't go live last week, but I wanted to revisit this topic because I find this real rich from the Astros to get in a fight with the Red Sox over a sign-stealing fight or sign-stealing. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Astros? Come on. You should never fight anybody over sign stealing. You're the masters of it. Well, you and Michigan. Sorry to the Wolverine fans out there. I am a Buckeyes fan. Full disclosure. But yeah, that was interesting. That's on the radio network, and YouTube has not gone off. But I've always had the mic on YouTube. But I'm done. Hold on. What's going on here? I'm done explaining myself on that one. You know the story. You know what happened. Off to a rough start, I tell you. But that's okay. We're going to come back stronger than ever. We're going to take a short little break. North American Talk Radio, day one of the new radio network. All things talk radio, politics, sports, movies, counseling, mental health. You name it, comedy, music. It's going to be great, baby. It's going to be sappity. We'll be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12-Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Yeah. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12-Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting opportunities. North American Talk Radio has partnered with the cutting-edge gambling platform to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie offers a seamless platform for all your gambling needs, and MyBookie has you covered with a vast array of options. Explore their different markets and bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code, which is 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, and you'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie offers a thrilling experience, so sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, for huge cash bonuses. Get in the game and good luck.
Hello there. Hey now. The microphone's on. I'm so proud of myself this time. I did it right on the radio station. Hello. All right, let's get on with it. Let's get on with the show. This is Beck's Banner Live on North American Talk Radio, the newest radio network. You can find us on radio.net. Sometime this week on Streama, we'll let you know. And then in September on TuneIn Radio. We're also on Spotify. You can listen to the replays, although they do play on a loop here on the station. And then our website, NA for North American talkradio.com. natalkradio.com. I'm Beck, your host. I'll be here till 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Just a little banter about sports. I mean, it's pretty simple to figure out. And I'm going to get, a little bit of a crass subject, and brace yourself. But there's a gambling aspect to this that kind of made me laugh. Did you see that we've had, I think, and I hate to even go this route and I'm going to be crass. We've had, I think, 4 dildos thrown on WNBA courts. I don't know why, but as a grown man, it makes me feel weird saying that, but I think 4, and it's getting so out of control that, there's now a community called the Green Dildo on X/Twitter. There is accounts that are pretending to be it, and crazy enough, I believe you can bet on some of the betting apps on which color the next dildo will be. I don't know. You never know what's real, the things you see online. I'm looking at memes and GIFs on Twitter right now. It's hilarious. Green dildo manufacturers after inventing the WNBA. They're just all laughing like they're going to the bank. Too good. I don't know if I saw netting around the court, but I think that was fake. But the crazy thing is Sophie Cunningham. She tweeted out, "Stop throwing dildos on the court. You're going to hurt one of us." And I think that night or the next night, at least the next game she played in, she about got hit by a dildo, which is wild. Just absolutely wild. And I know at least one dildo hurler has been arrested. I'm not sure of any others. The WNBA's gone to a no-bag policy. I see that Red One Bangarang. When they have a name like that on X, they're not serious. Not a serious person, but had responded to Sophie Cunningham. She said, "Stop throwing dildos on the court. You're going to hurt one of us." And I'm assuming he replied, "Well, stop playing basketball on the dildo range. This is where I need the ba-dum." Oh, man. So people want to copy the old copycat syndrome. They see one person do it. Come on, man. You can't do that. You can't do it. It's just wrong. Crazy things, though. I think we might have a comment on YouTube. For some reason, the YouTube studio is really being pissy with me, and it's annoying me. So I'm going to pull it up here and make sure my phone's up. But I don't want to skip, if somebody's listening. It's about the dildo. It says, Obley. We can show it. That's why I couldn't see it. It wanted me to, make sure I'm allowing it to be seen. Yeah, we don't care. It's what's the emoji? I always forget what it's called. But yeah, that's the thing. And they're predicting, Obley's predicting maybe purple. So if you're on FanDuel or DraftKings or whichever one had that bet, Maybe you're predicting purple next game. I don't think a purple one. How do you find? Now, if I search this on Google, is the FBI going to be at my door by the end of this show? What color dildos have been thrown? I'm going to hear an alarm burp, 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 on the WNBA courts. I want to see if how many different colors we've had. Oh, it's awesome because AI just answered me right away. Is it saying they've all been a cryptocurrency group called Green Dildo Coin has claimed responsibility for the incident, stating they threw green sex toys to coincide with the launch of their meme coin. Is that really what it's tied to? So they've all been green. Interesting. Well, boy, we could have had a real gambling controversy if they saw that, let's say, blue was the longest odds and they switched it up and threw blue. There's all kinds of articles. This is the craziest. No, of course, the headlines say sex toy. We know what it is. It's a dildo, okay? In this day and age, the depravity of our society, you could just put dildo in the headline. It's okay. I think they're worried kids will see the headline, but they're going to see sex toy, and then they're going to ask Mommy, what is a sex toy? Well, it's just something you play with. Don't look in my sock drawer, by the way. But apparently, this is news to me. Maybe it's tied to a cryptocurrency group. Now, why would you name your cryptocurrency the Green Dildo Coin? If hopefully you didn't miss the dildo gambling train, but that was out there. You could have gambled on what color is the next dildo going to be. Looks like you should have put all your money. This reminds me of something my grandpa told me when I was just a little boy. You should put all your money on the green dildo. We'll be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Yeah. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting opportunities. North American Talk Radio has partnered with the cutting-edge gambling platform to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie offers a seamless platform for all your gambling needs, and MyBookie has you covered with a vast array of options. Explore their different markets and bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code, which is 120ZSports, all caps, no spaces, and you'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie offers a thrilling experience, so sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120ZSports, all caps, no spaces, for huge cash bonuses. Get in the game and good luck.
Oh yeah, We're back on North American Talk Radio, live Monday through Thursday. It's Beck's Banner at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here we go. Thank you for tuning back in. We are halfway through the show. We have one comment. It was a dildo, so, that was the topic at hand, so we can't blame them. So we're moving on a couple more topics that I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth on. So if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to chime in. If you're listening on radio.net, jump on over to NA, stands for North American, NA, talkradio.com. Under the player is a chat box. You can participate because these topics are going to have a little more discussion with me, at least, rambling. It is called Beck's Banter, so I'll just go off. But I saw Dick Vitale weighed in on Major League Baseball's extra innings rule change. And, Dickie V is a legendary basketball announcer, college basketball announcer. And, he fought cancer, I think he's doing well, I believe. Good for him. I don't have my sound bites tonight. I will have them at some point. But he makes a great point. I don't understand why these leagues do it. I know baseball was desperate to cut down on, the length of their games. That was one of the big complaints about Major League Baseball is you have these 3.5, sometimes 4-hour games. They put the pitch clock in. I was in favor of the pitch clock. There's nothing wrong with that. These pitchers, honestly, standing around not doing anything. It's like, throw the ball, dude. All right, so I liked that rule. To start the 10th inning, you've altered how the game is played. Okay? You've put the pitcher under immediate duress without him even throwing a pitch. Like, why are we changing it? It's like in soccer. I understand soccer doesn't want to have 6 overtimes. These guys will collapse. But maybe give them extra subs and extra time. Basically has free throws. They're tougher free throws than basketball, unless you're Shaquille O'Neal. But you've completely altered the way the game's played. The first 9 innings, the team up the bat didn't get a free runner on second without a pitch being thrown. And you're diminishing, like, just keep the game pure. Which is funny because these sports get real big doing what they do, and then they get a few handful of complaints. Well, your games are too long, or this and that. Oh, we better change everything. Well, why? You don't have to change everything. It's how the game's played. Play the game how it's played. You're in extra innings. Come up to the plate and get a base hit if you want a base runner. This putting a guy on second base is goofy. It's silly. You've turned it into a circus in extra innings. And if it's in extra innings, presumably it's been a great game. So why do we have to alter how it's played just because? I don't know what percentage of baseball fans really bellyache about how long the games take. And I know you do get some ridiculous scenarios in baseball. Again, the pitcher circling the mound and taking forever to throw the next pitch. I understand that. I get that part. But you already have the pitch clock. You didn't really have to alter extra inning rules because you already have the pitch clock. So I don't understand it. And Dickie V weighed in because, apparently he hates it too. And can you blame him? It just doesn't jive with me. I would love to know what other sports fans think, other baseball fans. It's goofy. I find it to be goofy. And you can participate. I don't take calls on this. I don't take calls. One of these days I'll invite fans into the studio. But you can chime in on YouTube. We're simulcasting on the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube. Their handle is @12 OZ Sports on YouTube. I moved my mic and it went out for a second. I apologize. Oh, boy. Do we have a short and a wire? Maybe we have a short and a wire. Geez, I'll tell you, it's a rough one. But, yeah, Major League Baseball, altering the way the game's played for the sake of probably just a few fans complaining that don't need to complain. So get over it, folks. For realsies. For realsies. So good for digging something there. All right, folks. Chime in. We're simulcasting on YouTube, the 12 Out Sports YouTube, or our webpage, natalkradio.com, North American Talk Radio. Our only comment tonight is a purple dildo. Speaking of Dickie V, this wasn't a comment from him, but March Madness was, NCAA was thinking about expanding March Madness, which I was vehemently against. I mean, how many teams do we need to have in? You already have 68. It started at 32 years ago. Now we're at 68. It's like, can we tone it down just a hair? Like, holy mackerel. They were going to expand it, I think, to 74. No, we don't need to do that. How many play-in games do we need? For real. Like, how many play-in games do we need? I think we found a good number for enough's enough. It's 68. Because I don't know if you realize this, but, in bracket challenges online, they don't even recognize the play-in games. So if you're going to partner and everybody's going to get on this gambling bandwagon and love gambling and everybody's gambling and now we have a gambling addiction problem in America, yada, yada, yada. I don't want you to have a gambling addiction, but you should go to MyBookie and use promo code 12OZ all caps, no spaces. But I don't want you to have a gambling problem. I'm not a big gambler. I do from time to time. I play fantasy football as well. But if you're going to partner with all these gambling outfits because they're giving you lots of money, you should probably weigh in on how they want to handle this. Because if you push it to 74 teams or even more or even beyond, and they already don't recognize the play-in games as is, and viewership's not that big, so you're thinking of expanding, you're basically expanding the meaningless games. Unless, that's the other problem with March Madness expanding. Do you add play-in games for 15, 16 seeds? I mean, do we need more, or make all the 16s and 15s have play-in games? So essentially you have 8 16s. They play a play-in game to whittle it down to 4. That'll play the ones. And you have 8 15s. They play 4 games to get it, or play a couple games to get it down to 4 15s. I don't know that you want a bunch of potential 10s playing play-in games. Haven't you just kind of made it tougher on teams that are obviously better than a third of the field? The 13s through 16s. I mean, I know you're going to argue. There's been some very often. So I think it was a terrible idea. They decided to table it. Do you happen to know why they tabled it? Well, I think they did an online poll, and it showed like 90% of basketball fans are like, no, please don't expand that. There's no reason to expand that. And you know what? They listened. So good for them. Good for them. Now, good for us, it's preseason football time. Actually, I'm not too far from the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and I would often go to that game. Just, especially the Hall of Fame game, it's like nobody plays that you know. I mean, the people playing, I've never heard of some of them. So it's like, I could do without. But it is preseason football. We're, I think, 12 days away from the first college game. Texas, #1 in the nation, is going to play, not for day one. Day one's, I think, a Thursday. But full weekend one, #1 at #2. And there's big game, not bigger, but there's big games that day aside from that one. So it's an exciting, very exciting first full week of college football. But NFL's in full swing in the preseason. And one of the big headlines is ESPN is, I don't think they're buying them outright. I think they're purchasing a large stake in the NFL network. Now, you may ask him are they going to botch the red zone? You know, Daddy buys the red zone so he doesn't have to watch commercials all day. Oh, I mean, I play fantasy football, so obviously I want to watch the red zone on the big screen. On the big screen, and then the screen above it is on mute. And if the Brownies are playing, I watch them. And then whatever the 4 o'clock game is, or 4:30. Is ESPN going to ruin this? Are they going to put it on ESPN Plus and make me have to get that? Although it is probably, I would guess, I don't know, the red zone on YouTube TV's only like $14.99 a month, and I get a bunch of other channels with it. I see ESPN doing this. The mothership that Evo asks, I don't see them doing this the right way. And if they get rid of the host of Red Zone, I'm going to be really pissed. But I don't think he fits. But ESPN, now it's not past inspection, past that yet. But something tells me it will. And if ESPN's good at anything, I mean, they're great at sport. Look, they're my entire lifetime it's been ESPN. I have a vendetta against ESPN. But lately they seem, but I brought up the point that ESPN had brought in like $16 billion in revenue in 2022 and still laid off people. So they're mismanaging $16 billion. You think they're going to manage the NFL network properly? I think not. I really think not. Sorry for the weird voice. I don't know. But I'm going to take my last break. You're listening to Beck's Banter, Monday through Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on North American Talk Radio. That's NATalkRadio.com or The Natter. And you can find us on radio.net. Streama later this week. TuneIn Radio in September. We simulcast on the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube channel. And you can listen to us on our website. I'll be right back for the final segment. I'm Beck. This is Beck's Banner. It's a gorgeous, just a simply gorgeous.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting opportunities. North American Talk Radio has partnered with the cutting-edge gambling platform to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code experience. So sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120ZSports, all caps, no spaces, for huge cash bonuses. Get in the game and good luck.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12-Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Yeah. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome back in live. Beck's Banner live on North American Talk Radio. This show's live Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from 7 to 8 on radio.net app. North American Talk Radio is what you search, or on our website, natalkradio.com. We simulcast on the YouTube of 12 Ounce Sports, and soon we'll be on Streama and tune in the near future. Here we go, last segment. All right, let's get into it. Having a good time tonight. It's a beautiful Monday, August 11th. I'm in Ohio. I don't know where you're at. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Yeah, we're going to get into the final segment. A little bit of a free-for-all sometimes, especially on, these weeknights. But I do have a specific topic I want to talk about. It was kind of all the rage, too. Recently, I want to know. So my show host at 4, this guy is something else. He's not even 30 years old, and this dude sleeps more than the average person. He didn't upload his show from 4. I was hoping to play it after this and promote it, but you know what? Screw him. Speaking of screw him, did you see Shedeur Sanders confronted Tony Grossi, a writer in Cleveland? There's something going on. I mean, there's something happening here. This isn't new. Okay, this isn't new news. No news is good news. I mean, writers have been doing this for how long now? I mean, it is what it is, right? Negativity sells, folks. If you're a writer or a news agency, it's just a fact. Negativity sells. And Shedeur doesn't like that Tony Grossi never says anything positive about him. It's just a fact, right? I don't know. I see it from both perspectives, right? Shedeur's like, man, I'm trying to make it here, and all you do is bash me, right? But in my eyes, does he need to focus that hard on what a writer's saying? Like, is his focus in the wrong place? Is his priorities in the wrong place? I don't know. But then I kind of see his point. Like Tony Grossi, like, you see nothing good from him? Nothing? I mean, the dude looked fantastic against Carolina in the first preseason game. I know what you're going to say. You don't even have to say it. I know what you're going to say. I know it was preseason. Okay? I know Carolina didn't have a lot of their linemen, their typical linemen in. I know all these things. It's okay, Pep. It's okay. He still looked good. You can't take that fact away. I mean, he still looked efficient, mobile, accurate. Was it a perfect game? No. It was not. But he looked good. In camp, he's looked good. At one point, they keep stats in camp. He had the best stats. Best quarterback rating. No interceptions. Tony Grossi, nothing positive at all. I find that hard to believe. So that tells me it's on purpose, right? It's on purpose. You're doing it on purpose. I think it's kind of lazy, surely. You could have something positive to say about Shedeur Sanders. You're a Cleveland guy, too. You should want him to succeed. You should try to be finding the good things that he does. But nothing. But I just think if I'm gonna put myself in Shedeur's shoes, don't focus on that. Don't focus on the outside noise. That's just a distraction. That's all it is. So, I mean, just ignore it. It's okay. That's what writers do, right? That's what they do. So I wouldn't get too worked up about it. So there you go. If you're a UFC fan, you should be getting worked up, unless you don't want another streaming service. But it looks like the UFC is moving to Paramount Plus. It's going to be a 7-year, brace yourselves. Sit down. Sit down for a minute. My dog thought I was telling him to sit down. Million fringe fight fans like myself, no more pay-per-view, right? You don't have to pay an extra $79.99 to maybe see a 5-second knockout in the main event. But if you don't have Paramount Plus like yours truly, now you got to get yet another streaming service. I'm like, where does it end? I have so many streaming services. Merger. So that's going to kick off a reign of new entertainment giant after a contentious endeavor to get the transaction over the huge stake in it. Skydance and Paramount merging. I mean, in my day job world, giants are merging. Everybody's merging. Men and women, are you merging? Some of you are. I'm on a little hiatus. Wah, wah. But it's good news for UFC fans really in general. You know, it's currently air on ESPN, but the problem is they have tiered pricing. I mean, you get to see the prelims. Everybody does. If you want to see the main event, you know, you're forking over $70, $80. So there you go. Paramount got bigger. ESPN at that tennis tournament. I talked about it pretty early on. I told you Jannik Sinner, #1 in the world. He is the odds-on favorite, -110. I feel like he's the defending champ too. Or was it Alcaraz? It's with the rest. Taylor Fritz, highly regarded American, +1,200. Cincinnati when I was there, and I was in the third row behind the baseline, so that was fun. Ben Shelton, we mentioned, got in a fight in Toronto. He's all caps, no spaces, and you got some good odds there. Jannik Sinner, -110 though. To you novices, you got to bet 110 to win 100. Carlos Alcaraz, +200, bet 100 to win 200. I mean, if you want my opinion, that's probably the bang for your buck there. Those two are clearly the best tennis players in the world right now. Good stuff. It's a good time of year, right? We're on the cusp of college football. We're in preseason NFL. It's exciting. We have some heavyweight matchups early in the season. Looks like the first AP 25 came out, and Penn State's actually ahead of Ohio State. I don't know if you find that surprising. Penn State's got more coming back. Obviously, Ohio State's got Jeremiah Smith, the best receiver in football. But they got some question marks at running back and quarterback. New players at that position. But Texas is #1, Penn State 2, Ohio State 3, Clemson 4, Georgia is 5. Let's see. Some notables. Michigan. Illinois is actually preseason ranked higher than Michigan. That's got to be the first time in like 30 years. We have quite a few Big Ten SEC teams as to be expected. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 SEC in the top 10. We have 1, 2, 3 Big Ten in the top 10, with Illinois just outside of it at 12, Michigan at 14. So, you know, the usual suspects in college football. I'm your usual suspect Mondays at 7 because it's my show, Beck's Banter. I'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate our comment that we got. The purple dildo was the comment. But it was topical. We were talking about the WNBA's little problem over there and how it keeps it. I think they've kind of stopped it for a few days. We'll see if it continues. I will continue, but not till tomorrow. I appreciate you listening. Again, North American Talk Radio launch day. We're on radio.net app. Works great in your car. I tested it out on the way home today. We'll be on Streama radio app later this week. And we're aiming for maybe September to be on TuneIn Radio. But you can also listen on our website, natalkradio.com. And we simulcast on the 12 Ounce Sports YouTube, which they are at 12OZ Sports.